Acton is an affluent suburban town in Middlesex County, Massachusetts, United States, about 21 miles west-northwest of Boston along Route 2 west of Concord and about 10 miles southwest of Lowell. The population was 21,929 at the 2010 census and ranked 35th on the list of highest income places with a population of at least 10,000. It is bordered by Westford and Littleton to the north, Concord and Carlisle to the east, Stowe, Maynard, and Sudbury to the south, and Boxborough to the west. Acton became an incorporated town in 1735. The town employs the open town meeting form of government with a town manager and an elected, 5-member board of selectmen. Acton was named the 11th best place to live among small towns in the country by Money magazine in 2015, and the 16th best in 2009 and in 2011. The local high school, Acton-Boxborough Regional High School, was named a Blue Ribbon School by the U.S. Department of Education in 2009. In 2012, U.S. News & World Report ranked Acton-Boxborough number 3 among open enrollment high schools and number 7 overall for STEM education in the United States. 6. Geography. Acton is located at 42 degrees 29 N, 71 degrees 27 W, 42.483 degrees north, 71.450 degrees west, 42.483 minus 71.450. According to the United States Census Bureau, the town has a total area of 20.3 square miles, of which 20.0 square miles is land and 0.3 square miles, or 1.53%, is water. Almost all of Acton is forested, except for where it has been cleared for residential or agricultural use. Some forested areas have been put aside for special use by corporations. The current geography of Acton was created when the last wave of glaciers retreated approximately 10,000 years ago. Acton has 9 drumlins, hills which are composed of glacial till. In addition, Will's Hole and Grassy Pond are kettle ponds which were formed in depressions in the till formed by large blocks of ice. Acton has 2 primary stream systems. The Nashoba Brook system including the incoming streams Butter Brook, Will's Hole Brook and Conant Brook, and the Fort Pond Brook system including the incoming streams Guggins Brook, Inch Brook, Grassy Pond Brook, Pratt's Brook, and Coles Brook. Both stream systems empty into the Assabet River, which passes briefly through the town at its southern corner. Nagog Pond in the north forms Acton's border with the town of Littleton and provides drinking water to the town of Concord. A small artificial pond is at Nara Park in North Acton. The 5 village centers. While Acton Center has been the civic center of the town since the Revolution, the 4 other villages' centers earned their nomenclature from the names of their corresponding railroad station. Acton Center is the civic center of the town and is the site of the town hall, the main public library, a children's playground, an obelisk monument commemorating Acton deaths in the Concord Fight of the Revolutionary War, a fire station, a congregational church, a 64-acre arboretum and conservation area, and the former post office. The modern post office and the police station are each located about 1/2 mile away in opposite directions along Main Street. Otherwise, Acton Center is generally a residential area. West Acton is an important commercial area of town, consisting of several commercial developments centered along Route 111. It developed in response to the growth of the Fitchburg Railroad in the 19th century. South Acton used to be the most industrialized area of the town of Acton. In the 18th century, this area held many mills and other small industrial developments that used water power generated by Fort Pond Brook. The area includes the Faulkner Homestead, the oldest home still standing in Acton. The Faulkner homestead was owned by the Faulkner family, who also owned and ran a mill across the street. Jones Tavern is another still-standing Revolutionary-era structure in South Acton that is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The South Acton is the only rail station on the Fitchburg Line still active in Acton. East Acton was originally a small commercial area that grew up around the East Acton train station in the 19th century. With the advent of the automobile, and the demise of this branch of the railroad, East Acton became a largely residential area with a commercial base that is situated along the Route 2A corridor. North Acton has had major growth in the period since 1975 to 80. With the growth of the RTE-2A 119 corridor, North Acton has developed many commercial complexes and condominium buildings. The Nathaniel Allen Recreation Area contains a small swimming pond, an open-air auditorium, playing fields, and paved walking trail. North Acton also includes the village of Nagog Woods, a housing development accessible from Route 2A 119 which is large enough to merit its own postal code, 01718. The current master plan for the town encourages development in the village centers in an attempt to prevent further sprawl and preserve open space in the rest of the town. Demographics. According to the 2010 census, there were 21,924 residents, a 7.84% increase from 5,958 families residing in the town. The population density was 1,080.5 per square mile. There were 8,530 total housing units, 96% of which were occupied, at an average density of 384.6 per square mile. The racial makeup of the town was 77.3% white, 18.6% Asian, 1.1% African American, 0.1% Native American, 1.2% from other races, and 1.7% from two or more races. Of the 8,187 occupied households, 42.7% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 63.5% were husband-wife married couples living together. 23.0% of all households were occupied by individuals 65 years of age or older living alone. The age distribution of the population was 29.5% under the age of 18, 4.3% from 18 to 24, 31.5% from 25 to 44, 26.4% from 45 to 64, and 8.4% 65 years of age or older. The median age was 38 years. For every 100 females there were 97.2 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 94.2 males. For those aged 25 years or older in Acton during the 2000 census, 97.2% had a high school degree or higher, 72.0% had a bachelor's degree or higher, and 40.5% had a graduate degree or higher. Also, 98.0% were employed with a mean commute time of 31.0 minutes. The median income for a household in the town is $133,532, and the median income for a family is $156,388. Males had a median income of $109,371 versus $48,113 for females. The per capita income for the town was $61,034. Chinese and foreign-born populations. Acton had 2,041 Chinese Americans in 2010, a 151% increase from 2000 and the ninth largest Chinese population in Massachusetts. In 2010, 19% of the residents of Acton were born outside of the United States. In 2000 this percentage was 14%. Income data is from the 2009 to 2013 American Community Survey 5-year estimates. History. Acton's history reflects the history of Massachusetts, New England, and the United States. Acton was first settled by Native Americans who used the Assabet, Sudbury and Concord rivers for transportation and the fields for farming seasonal crops. There is evidence of Native American settlements in Acton, which go back 7,000 years. Colonization era through Revolutionary era. Concord was the first inland colonial town established in the Ma Bay Colony. The original boundaries of Concord included all of Acton, and residents used the Acton land as grazing fields for their animals. In 1639, the first homestead was built within the modern-day boundaries of the town. Acton was established as an independent town on July 3, 1735. Acton has held annual town meetings since 1735, the records of which are held at Acton's Memorial Library. Acton residents participated in the growing hostility with Great Britain by sending a list of grievances to King George III on October 3, 1774. The anniversary of this day is celebrated in Acton as Crown Resistance Day. At the beginning of the Revolutionary War, on April 19, 1775, a company of Minutemen from Acton responded to the call to arms initiated by Paul Revere and fought at the North Bridge in Concord as part of the Battle of Lexington and Concord. The Acton Minutemen were led by Captain Isaac Davis. When a company was needed to lead the advance on the bridge, which was defended by the British regulars, Captain Davis was heard to reply, "I haven't a man who is afraid to go." The Acton men led because, unlike other militias there, they were fully equipped with bayonets. The colonists advanced on the bridge. In the exchange of musket fire that followed, Captain Isaac Davis and Private Abner Hosmer of Acton were killed. Davis was the first officer to die in the American Revolutionary War. In Acton they refer to the Battle of Lexington, fought in Concord by men of Acton, industrialization and civil war during the 19th century. Acton participated in the growing Industrial Revolution. By the mid-19th century, Acton was an industrial center for the production of barrels. There were also a powder mill, 3 grist mills and 4 sawmills in town. The American Powder Mills complex extended downstream along the Assabet River and manufactured gunpowder from 1835 to 1940. On October 1, 1844, the railroad came to Acton. The Fitchburg Railroad was routed through South and West Acton so that it could serve the mills. South Acton became a busy rail center and was the division point for the Marlborough Branch Railroad. With the railroad came increasing development in those areas. In addition to the Fitchburg Railroad, 2 others crossed the town: the Nashua and Acton, and the Framingham and Lowell. These 2 railroads shared a double-track right-of-way that ran from West Concord through East Acton and then splitting in North Acton in the vicinity of Route 27 and Ledger Rock Way. In 1874, the population of the town was almost 1,700. The town established its first newspaper, the Acton Patriot, and the residents of West Acton formed the first library, the Citizens Library. In 1890, the Memorial Library was completed and given to the town by William A. Wilde as a memorial to the Acton soldiers who fought in the Civil War. Government. Acton uses the open town meeting form of town government. The town charter specifies that the annual town meeting must begin on the first Monday in April. The selectmen may also call a special town meeting at other times of the year to consider other business. Citizens may force a special town meeting by submitting a petition signed by 200 registered voters to the town clerk. Anyone may attend town meeting but only registered voters may vote. Acton also has a water district, which is run separately from town government, as a public utility. Acton's elected officials include the following: the Board of Selectmen, the Town Moderator, the Acton Public School Committee, the Acton Representatives to the Acton-Boxborough Regional School Committee. In addition, the town moderator appoints a finance committee which issues an opinion on each of the warrant articles presented to town meeting. In addition, a separate and independent branch of government, the Acton Water District, was established in 1912 and consists of 3 commissioners: a moderator, a secretary, an appointed district attorney, finance committee, land water use advisory committee, and paid professional staff. The town services are primarily funded through the residential property tax, which is subject to the limitations imposed by state. Proposition 2.5. The water district is funded through water rates, connection fees and property rental. The water district revenues, however, are not subject to state. Proposition 2.5. Civic infrastructure. The civic infrastructure grew to accommodate the increasing population. A water district was established in 1912 and a town-wide fire department was established in 1913. Acton was the first town in the area to have water-bound macadam highways. In 2005, a new public safety building was built that expanded space for the police department and provided for a joint dispatch area with the fire department. Water District. The Acton Water District is a community public water supply that delivers drinking water to the majority of the residents of the town of Acton, Massachusetts. All of the water provided from the district comes from 7 wells located within the town of Acton. The district's system consists of 106 miles of water main, 4 storage tanks, and water treatment facilities including aeration, activated granulated carbon, an advanced xenon filtration facility, plus fluoridation and state-mandated chlorination. Sewers. Most homes and businesses in Acton use private on-site sewage systems. Higher density developments such as condominiums and apartment buildings use private sewers which go to small-scale private treatment plants. In 2001, Acton completed its first public sewer system, which serves approximately 10% of the town, primarily in South Acton. A betterment fee is charged to property owners whose property is sited proximate to the sewage lines, whether or not they connect to the system. Town recreation areas. Conservation lands. Acton has a total of over 1,650 acres of town-owned conservation lands. http://www.actfortrails.org. Acton Arboretum, a park in the center of Acton, which consists of 53 acres of woods, meadows, swamp, ponds, old apple orchards, a glacial esker, and a bog. The land was purchased by the town in 1976 and was designated an arboretum in 1986. It now includes a 19th-century herb garden, a hosta garden, a wildflower garden, a butterfly garden and a rhododendron garden. A fragrance garden is being constructed. Pratt's Brook, a 57-acre property located in South Acton. Great Hill, a 185-acre property located in South Acton behind the School Street Fire Station, which includes picnic tables. In addition, there is a skating pond and 2 sets of playing fields. Grassy Pond and Nagog Hill, 2 adjoining conservation areas located in North Acton, which total 250 acres of land. Wills Hole Conservation Area and Town Forest, a 73-acre property located in North Acton off of Quarry Road, adjacent to the North Acton Recreation Area, includes a bog and abuts an inactive granite quarry. Nashoba Brook, Spring Hill, Camp Acton, Canterbury Hill, 4 adjoining conservation areas in North Acton that total over 500 acres. The trails in this area are Acton's portion of the Bay Circuit Trail and Greenway, which is a hiking path that encircles Boston, starting in Ipswich, and ending in Duxbury. A historical trail, named the Trail Through Time, also overlays the trail system and provides interpretive plaques at various stops along the way, including the cellars and the mills. The trails through the Canterbury Hill section connects to the town of Carlisle. MA Conservation Trail Network. Valletta Land. Town forest consists of 48 acres, mainly of wetlands and forest. Heath Hen Meadow consists of 99 acres of land. Jenks Land consists of 30 acres of land. It is home to over 170 species of birds that one man had recorded one year. Morrison Farm and Icehouse Pond, located off of Concord Road. These 70 acres includes a house, a stable and corral, and various open fields and water. These town conservation areas, and some smaller ones, are described and mapped in a website maintained by the town's Volunteer Land Stewardship Committee. Playing fields and playgrounds. Leary Field, located on the central school campus between the junior high and high school, it contains an all-purpose turf field and running track. It is home to Acton Boxborough Regional High School athletics. High school complex contains one grass playing field, two contiguous lighted multi-sport turf fields, 5 tennis courts, a softball diamond and 2 baseball diamonds. Elm Street Complex contains 2 tennis courts, a small-sided playing field, and a lighted softball-baseball diamond, primarily used by the adult and youth softball leagues. It is adjacent to the Douglas Schoolyard, which contains a baseball diamond and 2 basketball courts. Gates Fields contains 2 softball diamond located at the Gates School and a large grass area used for ABRSD field hockey teams. Hartfield, a baseball diamond located at Conant School. Nathaniel Allen Recreation Area, originally named the North Acton Recreation Area. NARA's name was changed in 2012 to honor an Acton resident who was awarded the Medal of Honor for his actions in the Civil War. It contains a softball diamond, a large configurable field used for multiple sports, a swimming pond, playground, a performance stage with amphitheater, and a handicap-accessible softball diamond with a synthetic surface, the Joseph Lally Miracle Field. NARA is also used for the town's 4th of July fireworks celebration. Veterans Field contains 2 baseball diamonds and a playground. McPherson and Hart Fields, a baseball diamond located at Conant School. T.J. O'Grady Skate Park, located at 66 Hayward Road, offers various surfaces for skateboarding and rollerblading. Jones Field, it contains a single baseball diamond and a playground. Great Hill contains a large configurable field, a smaller single soccer field, and a playground. This is located in the front portion of the conservation area. School Street Fields, located off School Street near Route 2, is a large grass surface configurable to several multi-dimension playing fields. Concord Road, located next to Morrison Farm on Woodlawn Cemetery land, is used primarily for soccer. Gardner Field, located on 111 in West Acton, the area consists of a playground, basketball hoop, and field area. Goward Playground, located behind the Acton Memorial Library,